All right. What's up, everybody? Good to see the crew here today. Welcome to Leadership Thursday. This is the PT on Ice Daily Show. I am Dr. Jeff Moore, currently serving as the CEO of ICE and lead faculty in both our cervical and lumbar spine divisions. Great to be here. I am coming at you live from Knoxville, Tennessee. I am down for South College graduation and commencement ceremonies. So great to be coming at you from Knoxville. So it's Leadership Thursday, which means it's Gut Check Thursday. So let's do it. What is the workout for this week? It is an AMRAP 3 sets. So kind of a unique scheme here. So you're going to have as many rounds or reps as possible in 3 minutes, and you're going to do it 3 times with a 1 minute rest in between. So the workout is 8 burpees, 16 alternating walking lunges, 8 ab mat sit-ups, and 8 air squats. So you're going to run through that workout as many times as you can in 3 minutes, take a 1 minute rest, do it again for 3 minutes, as many rounds as you can, 1 minute rest, and do it one more time. The idea being, can you move with intention and maintain the same reps on the last round you got in the first round, even though you're working 3 times as long as you're resting? So see if you can hold the line, enjoy the workout, and always tag us Ice Physio, #IceTrain on Instagram so we can see and suffer right along with you. As far as the classes coming up, team, we got a bunch of them. This weekend, extremity management is going to be in Oklahoma City. Cervical spine will be over there in Candler. Total spine thrust is going to be in Rochester, New York. And then July 16, 17, extremity management in Maryland. We've got Fitness Athlete Live in Grand Rapids, Michigan with Joe Hanisco, and we've got cervical spine up in Everett, Washington. So all of those things coming up next couple of weeks. Online, our Fitness Athlete Pregnancy and Postpartum course starts July 5th. So that's coming around the corner. If you want to jump into that 8-week online course, make sure you do. Okay, we are going to chat about balancing horizontal and vertical growth, because on any given day, it's perhaps a most pressing question. And they're 2 very, very different philosophies. And trying to balance these 2 is artful and is necessary. If you get too caught up in one or the other, your long-term business success is undeniably compromised. So first of all, what are they? So horizontal growth, very plainly speaking, is expanding laterally, right? So expanding who you serve or how you serve them. Vertical growth is more about staying where you are in maximizing. So maximizing your existing market, your existing services. One could say it's kind of doing what you're already doing, but doing more of it. So to give you some examples, like let's say that your target customer is fitness athletes in a given community and you're a physical therapy clinic and you're trying to target them. Vertical growth would be staying in the one gym that you have a great relationship with and adding more appointments or adding a second therapist and leveraging and deepening that existing relationship. Horizontal growth would be reaching out and forming new relationships with different fitness facilities in the area. Maybe right now you're in a CrossFit gym, but you reach out and you form a new relationship with the local boot camp, right? And you go out and you kind of spread laterally to create new relationships. From a systems perspective, vertical growth is staying on your existing platform, even deepening your expertise on it, and leveraging what's already working for you. Horizontal growth is investing in new systems, right? So kind of saying, hey, I think I see where the future's heading. We're going to add on different systems and learn those new systems so that once we do scale up, we are perfectly positioned. From a hiring perspective, horizontal growth is bringing on people in an emerging division where you see kind of things shifting towards or the frontier changing. Vertical growth is adding people to serve your existing client category or to build the product you're already building, your existing product. So those are some examples. Now, the challenge is that growing horizontally generally delays your financial return, right? Because when you figure out who is responding well to your product, you've got a good existing relationship that's working. You have systems that are in place. When you double down on those things that are already working, your ROI tends to be excellent. When you're expanding systems, when you're finding ways to serve other markets, get into different spaces, that costs time and money that is not immediately returned. So expanding laterally or horizontally generally delays your financial return. So when should you do it? Well, first of all, I would say often, but I would say that it's when these three criteria are met. So when you're really debating, should I expand laterally? Should I engage in horizontal growth, or should we build up from where we are? You should expand horizontally when the following three criteria are met. Number one, the new space serves your why. By far the most important one. If you really reflect on it, in this new area of expansion is in direct alignment with your greater mission and purpose, whether it is serving those types of patients, whether it's teaching those types of students, whether it's serving those types of customers. When you really look at it, you say to yourself, this new market, in bringing our talents to it, is in direct alignment with our why. You almost have a moral imperative to at least consider it. So to give the ICE example on this podcast, right, our fitness forward manual therapy skilled psychologically informed approach to rehab, when opportunities that come up to bring that way of training to the pregnancy and postpartum population, we took it. To the older adult population, we took it. It's not where the company started, but when we began to realize that this approach, when brought to these new markets, really changes, at least in our belief, in a better way, the way that those people are serviced, we sort of have a moral imperative to at least consider the option of, can we package this for that group as well? Okay, number one, it serves your why. Number two, you have the right people, not person, people, because there's two different spots that need to be filled. So number one, you have the right person to champion that new space, really champion it. So if you do think about growing horizontally into this new area, do you have the right person that, should you get some traction, they can truly turn that into something great? They can grow vertically from that new foundation that was poured. But you also have to have the right person who can continue the trajectory of the existing build. Importantly, the person going to pour the foundation for the horizontal growth cannot be the same person that's assigned to maintain the existing vertical build. So do you have both of those humans in those spots? And number three, and somewhat importantly, you won't go bankrupt. Now, I'm not saying you'll do well financially. Horizontal growth almost always comes with it a financial consequence. I'm not saying it's going to be an immediate win. I do generally believe it's going to be a long game win, but it's not going to be an immediate win. It's probably going to be an immediate loss. So the question is, can you lay that out there? Can you string yourself that thin, or is that going to legitimately put you under? So you have to ask the question, can we grow horizontally, or will that be our financial demise? Okay, why do I feel you should? So why do I feel, given the option, you probably should? Team, the wider the foundation, the taller the skyscraper. Once you eventually do build vertically, right? It's awfully darn hard to go back and pour new foundation once the build is already halfway through. So I think especially in the first few years of your business, while you're already used to running lean, if the above criteria are met, if you are able to spread yourself a little bit thinner, if the people are in the right spot, it's worth holding back receiving that ROI of the vertical build to do it. And I don't care if you want to think the wider the foundation, the taller the skyscraper, the deeper the roots, the sturdier the tree. It's all going to kind of make sense, right? The more you're willing to grow horizontally, once vertical growth does commence or does accelerate, the more aggressive and more impactful that's going to wind up being able to be. Now, there's a caveat here. But Jeff, what about stay in your lane and drive fast, right? How often have we said that on this show? Team, this is why your horizontal growth needs to be closely checked by your why. Once you're growing just because you can, I would say knock it off. But what I'm talking about with horizontal growth here is, hey, I legitimately believe that getting into that arena over there is in direct alignment with what we're trying to do big picture. When we all look back, if we can say, hey, did we actually do something of meaning, right? Being in that space will add to the yes of that answer. That your horizontal growth should always be checked by your why. And the things above, do you have the right people? Can you financially spread yourself that thin? There are buoys. And the biggest buoy is, does serving the new space contribute to your why? Or another way, the way I tend to look at it is, can you ethically withhold yourself from being in that space if you truly believe that what you have to offer makes that space different? And by different, I mean better. Is it even tolerable to not do it? Or do you believe you have the ability to serve there, and because you do, you should? I think you get the vibe from me here. Generally speaking, when in doubt, more horizontal growth is better. Your ego is going to hate you because your ego loves tall buildings, right? Your ego wants to grow vertically. The cash return is there vertically. There's so many things that will push you in that direction. But historically, at least I can share with you my experience. If you're able to hold back a little bit longer, pour a little bit wider foundation, let those roots grow just a little bit more across the surface area, when you scale up, you're unshakable. Not only are you unshakable, you've served more people. You've capitalized on your greater mission. Give it some thought. The tug between horizontal growth and vertical growth is a fascinating one. I hope you can use those criteria to kind of give you some buoys on which one you should pull, when, and why. Team, have a wonderful Thursday. I cannot wait to go see the June cohort graduate from South College. I'm so proud of these students and thrilled to be a part of their commencement ceremony. So good to be back here in Knoxville. Hope everybody has a great day. Thanks, everyone.